ITHL fun. Toot toot. Toot toot. There we go. We're golden. kaboom. That's what I'm gonna say from now on when we start the show is kaboom. Anyways, welcome to the Week 3 ITHL recap show. I am Mosh. Alongside here, we've got Squirtle with us. What up, my guy?
How we doing, man? How was the Memorial Day weekend?
Alright, it wasn't bad. Didn't do much, honestly. I just chilled, vibed, lived life.
There you go. Can't really complain about that. I almost forgot today that today was Sunday until you're like, "Hey, are you hopping on tonight?" I was like, "Oh shit, you're right. It is Sunday." So today just hasn't.
Sorry about that, peeps. I was checking the graphics real quick. But we've got a good week ahead of us here. Week 3. We've officially hit the halfway point of the ITHL season 17. And so far, it's been a pretty good season. Squirtle, what are your thoughts on the season so far here at the halfway point? As Mosh cracks open a diet Dr. Cancer.
Dr. Cancer. There's one division that I'm really excited to see what what happens with it. Um, Other than that, there's some good races that are really starting to heat up here a little bit. Obviously, last week we spoke about Havoc and Mies Jaw both being undefeated. One of those teams did lose. I won't spoil as to who when we go as we have standings coming up here. But one of those teams did lose, so we only have one more undefeated team left in the whole entire ITHL. So pressure is going to be on that team to see if they can keep it going.
Well, like you said, we've got standings. So without further ado, let's get into the standings. Starting off with the my settings. But here we have the core standings. Shout out to OBS for changing my settings. Gotta love that. Mies Jaw Warriors are the only undefeated team left in the ITHL for season 17, as they have not lost in 12 games. 24 points total, number one. I'd say, but I think they're the ones that take the core. And it's just, I mean, come on. They're 12 and 0, 24 points. In my eyes, they really don't belong in the core. I would have rather had Cycle You Scrubs. Why didn't we get them? You know? But of course, we've got Seasickness tied with Chonky Hockey for second place. Seasickness in second, Chonky Hockey in third, both 8-4 and 0 for 16 points. Right behind them, the Kamloops Blazers, 7-2-1 at 15 points for fourth place. Fifth place, Blue Oyster Bar. Sig explained the meaning of the name of Blue Oyster Bar to me on the Game of the Night broadcast that we're not going to get into. But they fall in at 6-4-0 for 12 points. Tied with the Boats at 5-5-2 for 12 points. So it looks like the core is starting to closing up a little bit here. Some of the teams that we saw on the bottom are now starting to turn it around. Example, the Boats. We'll talk about them in just a second here. I do want to touch on them a little bit. Don't get your mind out of the gutter. Anyways. Hillside Empire, 5-6-1 with 11 points, tied with the Puck Chronicles for 7th place. Puck Chronicles in 8th at 5-4-1 for 11 points. We're not going to talk about it, okay? We're not going to talk about it. No, we did not free fall from 5th all the way to 9th at 5-7-0 for 10 points. We're not going to talk about it. Owls in 9th.
That's a horrendous goal differential. Figure it out. You need to start paying for a goalie coach there, Mosh.
Hey, it's not. No, I'm just kidding. The hell you mean going? I love you, Squirtle. I don't. We don't have the budget for that. That's the problem. You know, that wasn't in our budget.
You're playing all the games, man. You got to ease up the workload. You're getting
Hey,
too stressed.
it's piling up. Pressure's piling up. But we got the Nuckies coming in at 3-8-1 for 7 points. Play the Slice coming in at 3-7-0 for 6 points. And the Runny Moose Tracks at 1-11-0 for 2 points. Congratulations. I believe the Moose Tracks beat the Nuckies. By the way, check this out, Squirtle. We have a website.
That's gonna make things a lot easier this week.
Woo!
So much easier this week.
We have the
Gage,
website.
Gage, we love you. We appreciate you.
Thank
Last
you.
week was last week was hell without the website, so we are both ecstatic that it is up this week.
we are excited as we get to find out. Yes, I was correct. The Runny Moose Tracks get their first dub against the Nuckies. Let's take a look at that game real quick here. Score was 4-2. So it looks like the Moose Tracks found some offense. Rage Monster potting home 4 points. Got the Maximus at center. 1 goal, 3 assists for 4 points. So it looks like the Moose Tracks found some offense here. 18 shots on net to Vancouver 17. So shout out to the running. Nice voice crack, by the way. Shout out to the Runny Moose Tracks, man. Big shout outs to them. But unfortunately, they still do not have a player over 15 points. Yikes. I'm Dom Lee, the GOAT. Rest in peace. Man got released. But here is the core standings as of right now. So real quick, like I said, I wanted to talk about them. The Boats. We know at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season, week 1 and 2, they weren't looking too hot here. But week 3, they've picked it up. And it looks like they found a source of offense here. Wasn't that something we said in week 1 that they need to start finding? Well, you look down the board here. Dangler, Beer Slurping contributing big time. We got Kaner contributing big time. So it looks like the Boats have found the guys that could help them out and get them over the hump. Now, the thing is can they keep the momentum going? As of right now, they are currently riding a 3-game win streak. So, Squirtle, what do you think the Boats did right here this past week? You know, they're back in the hunt, trying to maintain a playoff spot, 2 points behind the Owls. And may I add, Owls may be game of the week this week. Rematch against the Boats, baby. Maybe. We'll see.
I
But
mean, they obviously, yes, going 3-0-1 in a week is huge. You almost get 8 points. You get 7 out of the 8. Um, 2 of their games again against Running Moose Tracks. That's
easy
we won't talk
points.
about that. But the series I do want to talk about is the Cocky Hockey. Looking at their OT loss, like statistically wise, they doubled them in shots. They out time. They had about we'll say
I'm
3
gonna
more
need
minutes
to
time on attack.
give me 1 second. My God, give me 1 second, peeps. This is like a bad time. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. That was completely unprofessional. I am very, very sorry about that. People deciding to.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. Boo me in the chat here.
Boo. As I was saying though, like looking at their OT loss, um, like I said, 10 minutes to 7 for time on attack in favor of the boats, 29 to 14 shots in favor of the boats. Their PK came up huge, killing off 3 penalties. I mean, looking at it, it just looking at that game, I'm not sure if obviously if EA or something happened. Obviously, they threw their number one line with Slurpin, Dangler, and Kaner up front. But one thing I will say is taking a deeper dive into their stats is they need, where did it go?
Oh.
They need a true number one. Maybe Slurpin just had an off game. Looking at him, he's about 60% at face-offs on the season. That game, he was just above 40. But it looks like I said they're starting to find their groove. Maybe they just got better goaltending as well too. That game, it just looks like Prudes is their number
I
one.
was about to say, yeah, looking at the goaltending stats here, they've been rotating goalies like the Flyers here all season. So,
That's what
but
I'm saying. So I know Mooner's been in free agency asking for goalies. So I
I
think if
mean,
they can just
Mooner
find a
hasn't
consistent
done too
goalie.
bad in that. 82.76 percentage, save percentage, 2 goals against. I mean, he hasn't been doing too bad in that.
No, but he's their number one D man.
Ah, well, there you go.
So they need him. They need him in front of the goalie. Um, but again, halfway point through the season here, we'll see. Anything can realistically happen. I am trying to see. Did they face? They did. Okay. They already faced Moose Jaw. So I was gonna say I wonder how that game would come up. Um but yeah, again, it's gonna be a tight race. We'll see what happens here going down the stretch. So
There's their games against Moose Jaw, 8-4 and 9-0. We'll see what the boats can do. Of course, like I said, good chance they might be game of the week, the rematch against the Owls. Real quick, I promise we'd do this at the end of the core segment. The quick mosh check, real quick. How am I doing? Let's see.
you need to pay for a goalie coach.
Well, let's see. What was my last game? Okay, here we go. My last series against Hillside. Game 1, I lost 7-3. Maybe I should get a goalie coach. No, just.
Yeah, you shit the bed on that one.
But I bounced back and won 7-4. Shout out PJH for that one. We're not going to talk about the 4-game losing streak here. We're not going to talk about. Let's just ignore that.
Yeah, you guys got clapped. Lana Rhodes style.
Yeah, big time. I mean, offense pretty much disappeared, you know. But hey, I'm I'm excited. Votes for the win. We'll see. I'm thinking about it. I don't want to keep putting that same matchup on game of the night. Well, I only put it there once, but I don't want to keep throwing that crap on you, and I don't want to make it seem like Mosh is being biased by picking his own team. So if there is a juicy core matchup, I'll pick that. But if I can't find anything in the core, y'all know what the game of the week is for next week. The rematch, baby. Boats Owls. But let's take a look at the skater leaders here real quick. I love the small text. Absolutely love it. Hopefully you guys can see that. If not, I'll make it a little. Here, maybe see if I can't make it a little bit bigger. I guess that's as best as it's gonna get. But oh well. But let's go to the core skater leaders right now. And Gem sitting on top for what? That's the second week in a row this man's been on top.
Hold on. I do want to point something out here. Okay, so he's played 9 games on defense, and he has 26 points on defense. So he has more points playing defense than he does forward.
Who's this?
Gem.
Oh, so he's pretty much split the points.
Yep.
A solid two-way guy. Okay.
I mean, that whole team, though, it's been discussed. This whole team never should have been in
In
core.
my eyes, it does not belong in the core division.
Yeah, we'll move on from it. Obviously, league owned up. We faulted as staff not paying that close attention to it. But again, shit happens in a virtual hockey league.
You know? But Jim sits on top with 47 points. It's basically the top three are all Mishja Warrior players.
Yeah.
Igons with 34 and Smurf with 33.
Hey, that's a Smurf account. I want to know his original tag, not his second tag.
Ooh. Okay, for goals, we've got I am the Niz with 29. Igons with 21. Navy Chief with 17. And tied for fourth is Seabaski and Crafty Mitts at 15 goals. Plus minus pretty much the Mishja Warriors. Same
Literally.
with assists. Pretty much. Oh, hey, okay. We got two Mishja Warriors right there. 34 assists and 32. We know that name. We know that name damn well. Silky Perry. That's right, baby. We have an owl representing the Apples with 21. Smurf with 20. And, what is that? Sonder with 19. Probably butchered it. Hey, but yo, shout out Killa Big Mike. Killa Mike. 103 hits. Boogie 87, 97 hits. Here, we'll throw in hits. Why not? But the rest you guys will have to read. I'm being nice for this. Nikita Zadorov, 95 hits. Max Smith with 91. And Legend of Poon with 82.
That
Moving
guy's
on.
legendary.
Huh?
I love that guy. Legend of Poon. That's the best gamer tag out there right now.
I like that one too. Moving on now to the core goalie leaders. Royal Rum leads the league right now with a 1.83. Coming in second place, an ex-Owl, King Willem, coming in with a solid 2 goals against. And of course, we've got BMIDG 2121 with a 2.17. Pahoon with a 317 and AC 0.83. Coming in at save percentage now, we have BMIDG 2121 with a solid 86% save percentage. Royal Rum with an 85.14. King Willem with an 84.13. Papa John's 82.59. Papa John's, what is he giving out free pizza now? Joining the ITHL. Poon 46 at a 80.95%. Moving on to wins. We got Royal Rum taking first place all alone right now by 1 with 6. And then what was that? 4-way tie for second place between BMIDG 2121, King Willem Blake, and yours truly with 5 wins. And finally saves. But I swear, how many times have I been in the top 5 for saves and they say I need a goalie coach?
Do we need to dissect this, or
I stand by what I say. We've got Blake coming in at first place with 208. Yours truly, 202 saves. I mean, come on. Papa John's with 185, John B with 178 in fourth place, and then BMID 2121 with 86. $50 an hour for Mosh. Elite coaching.
Telling you, need a goalie coach in the off season.
Do you hear this shit?
What? Oh,
Do you guys hear this? They are bullying me.
nope.
Do you
We're
hear
here to make you
this?
better.
But final thoughts here on the core before we move on to the rammer. Awesome. Thank you for your input.
Sorry, I actively a team's scheduling right now, so I was like, oh shit, you finally responded to me. Thanks. So
Wow, in the middle
that's
of
where
the
my head
show.
was at. Yeah. Hey, at least I didn't log off to take a phone call from what was probably your ex girlfriend saying, "Oh, I miss you. Come back."
No, his family member calling me.
You're supposed to have fun with it, man.
I know. But anyways, let's move on to the rammer now. Of course, starting with the rammer standings. This seems to be everyone's favorite division besides the elite. If I were to rate the divisions by favorite divisions, I would say rammer number 1, um, elite number 2, sweat 3, and core 4.
Wow, your own division. Last. Wow. Okay. Okay.
In last. Anyways, moving on to the core, the rammer standings. We've got the Niagara Lions. Yo, core represent, man. What is this, season 15, season 16 core here? Got 3 S15, S16 teams, 4 rising up. We got the Niagara Lions at 9-2-1 for 19 points. They've blown the core out of the water. Damn. Maybe they're like a sweat and elite team in disguise. Sayville Crimson coming in at second with a 9-3-0 record and 18 points, tied with another core team from like what, season 15, season 16 at 9-3-0. Also tied with the Blue Line Snipers, who are currently in fourth place at 8-2-2 for 18 points. So a three-way tie for second place right now. Sayville better step on the gas. We got the River Rats coming in at 8-3-1 for 17 points. So the River Rats, I would say, have they played Niagara yet? Let's see. This is the one.
I'm looking. Keep going. Keep going. I'll find it.
Thank you. That's why I have Squirtle. Uh-oh, my mouse is like, no.
They have not. So
Okay.
based off the standings you have, they split with Crimson first week of the season.
Okay.
They split with Blue Line. Their win came in overtime, and then they lost 6-2 their other game. One of their bad losses, though, was against Goats. So that's a bad loss there. And then they split with Misfits, and then I don't know what the hell happened with Revival. We're just not going to talk about that one, but a 13-0 win, and then as well as a forfeit win. So
Okay. So they've showed that they can prove to hang in with the top dogs here. So we'll have to keep our eye on that Niagara game. Maybe if the Niagara River Rats game is at a good time, we'll have that for game of the night, because that should be a good matchup. Again, the top
they play this week actually. I'm looking at the schedule right now. They
River
face
Rats
each other this
Lions
week.
this week.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if they scheduled it yet.
If not, there could be a chance we have a double game of the week.
There is. They play Wednesday at 9:30 Eastern.
Okay, well, if scheduling allows, we could have a double game of the week here, because that could be a good matchup. Moving on now, we've got the Misfits hockey coming in at 6th place at 7-3-2 for 16 points. The Seneca Warriors. Seneca. I got it right now. Shush. Coming in at 7-5-0 for 14 points. So it looks like Seneca has actually pulled it together. Weren't they hovering alongside the bottom there for a little while?
I'm not.
I
Oh, we're gonna dive into this. We're gonna dive into them. Finish going through the standings, and we'll come back.
All right. Cardiac Cobras coming in at 5-5-2 for 12 points, tied with the Shanghai Sharks coming in at the same record as the Cobras. Wawas coming in at 4-7-1 with 9 points. We got Goats coming in at 3-7-2 for 8 points. Behind them is Revival at 3-9-0 for 6 points in 12th place. And finally, Cycle You Scrubs. Thanks for poaching one of my players and then cutting them a couple weeks later, 1-11-0 for 2 points.
So circling back to Seneca here, they actually handed Niagara one of their losses. Not only one, they handed them the OT loss and a regulation loss.
Okay.
So both games out time on attack, even in shots. Not very crazy as far on the power play goals, but um, yeah, they found a way to beat Niagara. Like I said, face-off dots. They own the face-off dot roughly 60% in both games. And then out timed on attack them both games as well. But yeah, Seneca, they might have found the recipe for success here. I know we faced them in the preseason tourney. Their style is very weird, so some teams might not be able to adapt on the fly. But if you can adapt to how they play, then they're very, very easy to shut down.
Wow. That just shocked me. Wow.
Yeah,
So
Omar
I'm
was the
looking
goalie.
at the goalies here.
So Omar was the goalie in net both games against Niagara.
I was gonna say, like, why aren't they playing Crazy Stalker more? What the hell? If I were them,
He
he would be number one.
he's not really trying to play a lot in leagues. He's in another
Oh.
Discord, and he said he'll sign, but he's not really going to be like gung ho crazy about playing. So
Bad, because he's a very good goalie.
yeah, he's not bad. He's a cool dude, funny in parties.
I have played with him in a different league. So moving on now to the skater leaders here for the Rammer division. Stupid. OBS keeps changing my microphone settings, but hopefully y'all can see it. Hopefully it's not too small on the screen. I did check before, so it shouldn't be. But leading the Rammer in points right now, it's a two-way tie between Sean Destroyer and GB Pack JD with 41. Egyptian with 33. And then we have a two-way tie for fourth with Small Water Vessel and Solid Snake coming in with 30 points. Goals, GB Pack JD leading it with 26. Small Water Vessel with 20 in second. Sean with 18, tied with Speak the Sublime. I probably butchered that. 18. And then we got Butterfingers coming in at fifth with 17. We got JD at first with a plus 20 and a three-way tie with a name that I'm not even going to try, and Benny Zoso with all plus 20. And then American Dad got a plus 19. And then this Dibis, I don't freaking know. If I butcher a name, comment it in the chat, please, and thank you. He's got a plus 15, though. And finally, Apples, Sean Destroyer, 23 assists. Again, yes, I do apologize that the text is small. Maybe what I'll do for the next show is put the number on screen next to it so y'all can see, because, yeah, my 27-year-old grandpa eyes are having trouble seeing that. But we've got Bear Cub Hawk coming in at second place with 20 assists. And then we got Benny and Solid Snake and ERCZXY. I'm not even going to bother. And a three-way tie for third with 19 apples. And now, your goaltending leaders. For the goaltending leaders right now, we've got Lionheart at 1.25 goals against. Okay, someone's gonna need to help me with this. I'm probably gonna butcher it. The
Burmeister.
Burmeister.
It's Burmeister.
Burmeister, thank you. With a 2.00 solid goals against. We got Granson. I probably butchered that. Again, if I did, sorry. With a 2.40. Brewski, 2.50. Too bad like Limes with a solid 3. Save percentage, we got Lionheart with a 90.58. Squirtle, go ahead and take this one because I'm going to butcher it.
Where are we at? Sorry.
Save percentage, number 2, the Burmeister.
Meister.
Burmeister. I'm
Meister.
going to learn that. I promise you, next week,
Swayze's going to have your head
I
if
know.
you keep mispronouncing his guys.
I need to go on an ITHL name pronunciation class.
I'll help you.
Thank you. We got Brewski, though. I got that one with an 85.59. That's like my staple, butchering names. Granson 13 with an 84.34. And Too Bad Like Limes is in 5th with an 82.28. Kush Wolf, we know that name. He's got 9 wins. Where is he on save percentage and goals against, though? Why ain't he up there?
Probably hasn't played that much.
It's a minimum of 5 games. He's got 9 wins.
Maybe he's just not facing a lot of shots.
Possibly. I do see him in second place with 169 saves. Yeah, there's a possibility.
Yeah, he's got a 3.58 goals against and a .786 save percentage. So
we haven't forgotten about the. I love you guys. All right. But Kush Wolf is in first place with 9. Lionheart and we'll call him the B-Man is tied for second place with 7 wins. We got Joe, 5 wins, and Junior Swisher 17 with 4. Saves, we got Ash with 184 stops. Kush Wolf, 807 with 169. Bro, you can tell the Rammer has some good defensemen. The B-Man with 139 saves. Joe is in 4th with 129. And finally, Junior Swisher is in 5th with 127. Shutouts, not too many, but I did include them. But there we go. There's your skater and goalie leaders. You know, what's your take on the Rammer there?
my personal take is I want to look at the Springfield Isotopes team. They currently lead the division with least amount of goals against with 25. However, they've only scored 30 goals. If this team can figure out how to score just like even one more goal a game, maybe 2, like take advantage when you play those bad teams, this team is going to be scary. Like I said, they've only given up 25 goals so far throughout the season. Um, they're obviously again Lionheart's leading the way between the pipes. Stotts, he's a super cool guy. He's in our Discord. I drafted him for the
I was
holiday
about to
tourney.
say, why ain't Slots playing too much?
I know he's got kids, so probably out doing that, hanging out with the kiddos in the summertime. Or maybe just scheduling. Like I know he's always on around later, not the early games, so that could be an issue as well too. But I mean, they have their number one primary center to have 10 games played and only 18 points. Like as a center, that tells me that their offense just isn't clicking. Your leading goal scorer, like I said, has 8 goals in 10 games. Like they need to figure out how to put the puck in the back of the net more. And when that does start happening, like I said, this team is going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Do we need to remind people about this highlight right here?
Season 16. What happened there?
That's when we beat them. Everyone discredits us. We freaking beat them, damn it. And they're a Rammer team? No, I'm just kidding. We beat them in overtime.
But that's my take on Rammer is if that team in particular, I'm going to watch them close for next week's show, is if they can get it clicking up front, they're a team that's they're going to wreak havoc. So
But I
we'll
have
see.
to
Other than
admit,
that, this is the closest division.
it is.
It always is. Your top 6 teams are separated by 3
Well, I
points
mean,
or
I
less.
would say this, and then I would possibly put the Elite maybe number 1. We'll get to it, but I mean,
No,
no.
it's Rammer. It's Rammer.
Okay.
It's
And
Rammer. Do or die.
Niagara, we'll touch on them real quick. I mean, I've liked what they've done. They're pretty much going up the ranks. I would say Niagara, the time they were in the core, were a high-tier Rammer, low-tier Sweat team. We could have made an argument the first year they were in the league, or however many, I was only here in season, 15, 14? So they may have
Yeah,
been in here longer.
their leading point scorer. He's new to the league. Wasn't on any team last season. That's the Sean Destroyer guy. So other than that, I mean, they're getting balanced. I don't want to say they're getting balanced goal scoring because I mean you have one guy that played 2 games and he has 10 goals. I'm looking to see who they were. They're against Cycle U Scrubs.
I
Okay.
realized Mikey plays pretty much almost every game like I do.
Yeah, they've only have one goalie so far, so I wonder if something happens, like a bad storm rolls through, who's going to take the pipes for them?
Right. But anyways, moving on to the Sweat division now. And the Sweat standings look like this. Night Shift coming in at 11-1-0 for 22 points. Thunder Bay Clash 9-3-0 for 18 points. The Super Sweet Dudes at 8-1-1 for 17 points in third place. Coming in at fourth place is the X-Nords at 8-4-0 for 16 points. Tied with the Rat City Rizzlers. Keep in mind, this isn't the fully updated standings. These are the full updated standings as of
Yeah,
Sunday at 9:40.
Super Sweet Dudes are playing Doodle tonight, and then Rat City and Chaos have a makeup game from last week. So
Okay. Corporal Keelers, the Keelers, okay? Damn it. 7-5-0 with 14 points. We got the Mayhem at 7th place at 5-5-2, 12 points. I'm starting to notice a trend here in the Sweat. It's as soon as you, I would say, stop at 7th place here, maybe 8th, it just falls off, right? Baghdad Beavers 8th place at 5-6-1. And then Hired Guns at 9th at 4-7-1 for 9, right? And then you got the Rivermen coming in at 4-8-0, 8 points. 2-7-1 with the same record between Chaos and Doodling. And then you got 1-11-0 for 2 points. I would say around 8th place, the Sweat drops off. And we'll get into that in a little bit because I know you're eager to chime in on that. But we'll knock out the player leaders and the goalie first because we are going over a little. I'd say we still got a good 30 minutes left because I don't want to make sure this is over an hour, at least hour and 30 minutes. So I would like to speed along a little bit here. We'll touch on
nope,
this. We'll touch
we're
on
making
this.
Sweat longest.
But moving on now to the Sweat Skater leaders. It's a lot to fit in 1 hour. You know, sometimes I like to give us a little leeway and go 1 hour and 30 minutes. So if we have to, we'll go an extra 30. But here's the skater leaders for the sweat as of right now. In first place is Satin Crawdad, 280 with 28 goals, tied with JV J Voskis. I don't know.
Update your screen there, Mosh. It still shows skater leaders.
Yeah, that's what we're on.
The fuck? Excuse my French.
He's like, what the hell?
Oh, you're on elite. That's why.
No, I'm
You
on
just said
sweat.
you
Oh
just
no,
said
that's right.
crawdad. Crawdads, yeah,
Whoops.
crawdads.
My bad. I literally did that with the pictures as well. And I'm looking over and I'm like, oh yeah. But we got JC Pens at first with 45. Squirtle in second with 33. Biz in third with 28. We've got the AGM of the Keelers, Hen for You with 27. And then we got Ghost with 23. There you go. Mosh is all over the place tonight.
It happens.
Don't judge me. Judge me. But coming in now with goals, we got JC Pens 22 with 24. Your boy Squirtle tied with Bill there with 13 goals. Biz is tied with Kobe with 11. Shout out Kobe. Man, Squirtle, you're on everything. Damn.
I'm not good. I'm not good.
I'm not good, but yeah, is second in plus minus with a 20, plus 20 right behind JC Pens, who has a plus 22. I'm not good. Okay.
Hey, I'm just chilling in his backpack. He said he's got Oreos double stuffed.
Nah, he got them mega stuffs. Don't lie.
I mean, hey, it is what it is.
You know? We got Kins tied with MB Hawks and Clamps with all plus 16. And finally, the Apples. Oh, you could take the lead in Apples, though. Okay. You're one behind JC Pens. He's got 21. You got 20. So you could pass him there. Hop out of his backpack on that one. We got Ghost coming in with a tie with the AGM of the Keelers with 19 apples. And then Biz sitting down there all by himself, 2 behind. 5th place, 17 apples. So, we're moving on to our goalie leaders now.
What'd you do?
I messed it up. There we go. Again,
God.
apologize for the small text there. But we got Caddy Boy, 22, coming in with a 2.57. We got TJDX coming in with a 2.67. Ooh. Got a little bit of a battle there for first. What is that, Chevy?
Yeah. He's
What the hell?
I told you, man, it's a French thing.
Come on. Damn. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to get canceled if I say that.
Oh yeah, you are.
But we got Chevy coming in with a 2.88. We got Iggy. I'm assuming that's Iggy with a 3.50. Then we got Drew with a 3.80. Chevy coming in at first place with an 85.98. TJD coming in at second place with an 83.33. Caddy Boy, 80.95. And then we got Drew right behind him with an 80.41%. And then we got, what is that? Studwalgo at 78.63? I don't know. That
Stoned.
is
It's stoned.
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 Oh my god. It's the one.
Yep.
Why?
He's
Why?
probably French. He's probably French too.
Can we spell names correctly, please?
You're not. That's not. Xbox isn't going to approve that.
Oh, so
Hey, that's creative. That's creative.
I was gonna say, oh, so it's probably Xbox people.
Mm-hmm.
But Chevy is leading with 7 wins right now. Coming in second is TJ with 4. Caddy Boy with 3, Iggy with 2, and Drew with 1. Rip Drew. Chevy's in first place with 141 saves. Stoned Wall Goat with 103. Caddy Boy 22 with 85. I could say so much shit right now about French people, but I'm not gonna because I'm gonna get canceled. I'll cancel myself on my own stream on my personal channel later. No, I'm just kidding. We got Drew with 78 saves. Come on, get on Mosh's level, baby. 205. Hey, but we got TJDX with 1 shutout. So shout out to TJ on his 1 shutout. So there you go. Let it loose, Squirtle. What do you got for the sweat?
So you said that going back to the standings, that from essentially 7 on down, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to specifically call out 2 teams.
Okay.
Baghdad, um, they beat Thunder Bay Clash. Okay. I'm not sure what the hell happened in that game. Like, I'm looking at their lineup, and obviously Thunder Bay probably thought, oh, this is going to be some throwaway game up in Rochester. And they just threw whoever was available out on the ice, not playing to somewhat be competitive and make sure they, because don't get me wrong, those are 4 points that Thunder Bay should have had to still just have 1 regulation loss.
Getting too
But
comfy.
yes, that's exactly what happened. And so that, again, that Baghdad Beavers team, they went 4-0 last week. So that is huge for them. And then another team I want to call out is Hired Guns. Uh, we had faced them this week, and while yes, we got both games, if it wasn't for Chevy, like Chevy stood on his head and the boys capitalized on their chances. But Hired Guns plays a very fast-paced type of style offense and get a lot of pucks on net. But they're a team that is always there at the end of the season that make the playoffs and start pulling off upsets. Again, I'm going to lean back on Doodle Inc. here. No idea WTF is going on. Like you
Maybe
look
they're a
at it,
bona fide rammer team.
their best forward has played 2 games for Doodle, and that's Stoss. He has played 2 games.
1
Chucker,
point in the last 2 games.
Chucker, love him. Like he's in the night shift Discord, no issues with him at all. I believe all of his games except 2 that he played against us, night shift, have all been defense. And he's leading their team in points.
Okay. By the way,
They
I
need
just got a request from Mooner to include EU, so I guess we'll throw in a 5-minute little EU at the end.
absolutely. But if again, Rammer did I mean Sweat Div, it's yes, it is top heavy with your I want to say your top 5 teams. We'll see what shakes out here. Maybe tonight,
Well, I
Doodle,
mean,
they're
because the
facing
only reason I say that it stops at 8, because if you look at the Mayhem, 5-5-2, right? 12 points. And then right below them, you've got every other team below 500. So it's like, I see what you're saying with Baghdad. They have what it takes to pull off a couple upsets, but it's like, I look at the bottom of the sweat and it's like, it just falls off. You know what I mean?
I 100% I 100% hear what you're saying. Chaos too, like Chaos has a very solid team. We were tied with them both of our games at the end of 1-3-3 and 1-1, and then our center just figured out how to counter. But and same with Riverman too. Like Riverman is a team that came from Elite and they dropped down a division.
Wow.
So I want to see if they can start clicking as well too, because again, they only have a -3 goal differential right now. Um, So if they can start putting the puck in the back of the net a little bit more, and again, maybe get a little bit more players on the roster, because right now they only have 7.
Yeah, I see
Um,
a lot of the,
they have a
yeah.
ton of people in stats, but they only have 7 people on roster. So that'd be a team where if they can get again more players, I think they would benefit just so they aren't getting burnt out playing with the same people over and over and over again.
And if you think about it, eventually teams are gonna figure out you put the same lineup out there, and it's like, all right, we know what the hell to do all over them, and then it's like, oh. But no, I see what you're saying. It is time for them to mix it up a little bit, try to spread the wealth around. You know, going back, Adam, what was it? What happened to Vulcan lives, whatever the hell his name is, and Nelson Yankee?
Yankees management, I thought. Um, yeah, Yankees management. Um, so not too sure what's happened there. Um, but yeah, it looks like again Vulcan. Yeah, not too sure what's going on there, but Dallas and Nelson, they got to figure out how to get more people on roster. I know a lot of their guys play LG too, so that might be an issue where some teams have a good mixture of half LG, half not LG.
Right.
So, um, but yeah, that's a team like I said, they're competitive. They're not getting really blown out of games. I mean, they split with hired guns. They had avail issues against super sweet dudes, forfeited both.
Ooh.
Lost both to X-Nords, 3-2, 5-1. Um, start the season, like I said, we only beat them 5-3 both games. They split with couple keelers as well. So like they're competitive in games. I just think they need a little bit more depth. So
Um,
that's my
sorry,
take on
I was just
Bledsoe.
looking at the EU standings real quick. Why the hell does one team have 10 games played? And a bunch of, I don't know, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, you go start going through Elite. I'll dive into EU while you see what's going on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say just go ahead and take a look at that. But finally, moving on to the Elite Division, and then I think we'll talk about the EU here for a little.
Oh, I'm gonna correct you right away. They're just a team that likes to get their shit done with right away.
You
EU's a
can.
little different. It's not like a week by week like it is on the NA side.
Oh, so I. You'll have to explain that to me when we get to it.
Yep.
So, moving on finally to pretty much the league's favorite division in my eyes. Because in how I see is it's probably the most viewed division when we do game of the night. The other night it really wasn't, because it kind of was a stinker of a matchup. It looked good on paper. But here's the elite. But looking at the elite standings here, we've got the Havoc. As you all know,
They finally lost a game.
they finally kicked the bucket. They
They should have
finally.
lost both. They should have lost both against Mutts, but
Oof. But they're coming out at 11-1-0 for 22 points. I want to see a Havoc versus Mishra Warriors game. Second place is the Mutts, coming in at 8-2-2 for 18 points. Tied for third place is the Redemption with the Ducks, both at 8-3-1 for 17 points. Sea Dogs. Was that Kokomish's team? Last year he was on the Seasickness. This year he's Sea Dogs. Okay. Well, he's 8-4-0 with 16 points. Nordsky GT coming in at 6 with 6-5-1, 13 points here. And then it looks like, yeah, same as the Sweat. You look at the Elite, it's a competitive division. Quebec Nordiques have fallen back down to earth, though. 6-4-0 for 12 points. And then you got the Goats. Again, here we go. It just falls off at 8th place. You got 5-6-1, and then 5-4-1, both tied for 11 points. Defending elite champions. Yikes. Steel Plant coming in at 3-6-3 for 9 points. Right behind him is Hotbox at 4-8-0 for 8 points. Morning Lumber 2-7-3 for 7 points. And then finally, we've got Dark Side Gaming at 2-8-2 for 6 points. Coming in now for the skater leaders for the elite division. Embarrassing. Mosh pressing the wrong stinking buttons. But here we go. Player leaders. Now we've got Crawdad 280 at first place, tied with J Vacus. J Vacus? I don't know. 28 points. We've got your mom's brother. Oh. These names. At 27 points, El Captain, 26. Minsky with 25. Coming in now with Potts goals. Satin Crawdad coming in with 280 with 15 points. El Captain, 15 points. Tied for first place. She loved D. What are these names? She loved D.
DJ. It's DJ.
She loved
She loves
DJ 20. Oh, okay, there it
she
is.
loves DJ. You just gotta finish.
You just gotta finish.
People are gonna clip you 24/7.
I don't care. It means I get more famous and more followers. So clip the hell away, baby. Woohoo! Bring it on. Minsky coming in 4th place, tied with P Rhyme 99 with 13 goals. Plus minus Tropics White plus 21. We got Mud Anderson with a plus 20 and a 3-way tie for 3rd between your mom. Is that Squirrel? SQRL320.
Squirrel.
That's not
That's
how
what
you
we're going
spell that last time I checked.
Frenchie.
Why do I have a feeling we're going to have a ITHL recap show racist moments? Oh. We've got apples now. Your mom with 17. JV with 16. Oh, I'm not even going to bother. He's got 14 apples in 3rd place. Crawdad is tied with West Coast Crown with 13 apples. Oh. The names, I swear. Here we go.
Hey, there's a lot of French players in the elite div. Kinda.
Okay, there we go. But now we got the goalie ladies, and we got V with a 1.50. And we have another person from the wonderful land of France with a 1.88. Kaiser is tied with Brider with a 2 goals against average. And then we got Irish, 2.60. Save percentage, we got V coming in with an 89.90. Kaiser with an 88.89 in 2nd place. Geider with an 87.39. And then we have the wonderful lad who's probably French-Canadian. He's probably a nice guy. I just can't pronounce your name. But you have an 83.87 goals against, so congratulations. We got Chip Bandit with an 83.19. And then our wonderful friend, our wonderful French-Canadian friend. We love French-Canadians here. We got 8 wins, so congratulations. Grizzly is tied with Varlamov with 6, and Veeb is tied with Kaiser with 4. Grizzly coming in with 175 saves in 1st place. Keys with 159. We got Steven in 3rd place with 140. Shermanator. I would assume he would be doing better. Shermanator's a beast. What is Shermanator doing? He's got 103 saves. And then we got Chip Bandit with 99 saves. What's Sherm doing?
Oh, I'm calling out a goalie that's He's tuned in right now, so I hope he's ready for the heat.
Sure, man. Come on.
I want to know what Tage is doing. Only four
Ooh.
games, only 4 games played on the season. I can't say he's sandbagging because he picked lights out and havoc. So I want to know why he isn't playing more. He's
Oh.
generally always near the top of when it comes to when it comes to stats on the goaltending side. Like looking back at last season, he played 15 games last season.
Well, there it
So,
is. Right now, Tage is 2-2-0. Got 69 shots against for 61 saves and a 175 with an 88.41. So he's not doing too bad. He's playing
no,
good.
that's what I'm saying. Like why his team is right on the bubble right now,
I mean, the
playoff.
only bad game he had was against Havoc, and that was like, what, 6-2?
But what I'm saying is your team is on the brink of not making playoffs. You played 15 games last season. You, as it actually is right now, you're out of a playoff spot. So are we going to see him start to take over the net here this upcoming week? Are we just going to let him continue to hand off games and possibly risk his team not making playoff?
I,
So
I don't
we'll
know.
we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. Um, but other than that, a team that I'm still high on because they do a very good job of balancing their games out right now is I want to see redemption. I want to start seeing them play their top line more to start creeping up in the standings.
We'll
Oh,
have
there
to
he
see.
is. Duty is called. No more LG. Demon time now.
Ah, there it
Did he change?
is. So he's been an LG.
His team
Okay.
didn't. His team didn't make playoffs.
I'm going to start stepping up, Tage. But we're not done just yet. I was.
You need to be paying him for your goalie coaching lessons.
I just need to learn how to put together a good. No, I'm just kidding. My team is
You
good. I think we'll get into the
you probably
playoffs.
right stick a ton, don't you?
Right stick. What is that?
You definitely right stick.
What is right stick?
You use your right stick, you flick it left and right all the time for your desperation saves.
I stay square to the net. That's how I see it. Just stay square to the net. Don't go too damn freaking crazy. Don't, you know, be a maniac. Stay square. Track the puck.
You're missing something there.
Don't get scored on. I don't know. Nah, Mosh will pull it together. We got it. We got some good matchups coming up. Who do we got this week? The Boats
Holy shit. There's
and
seven.
the and play the Slice. So I'd say we're looking at an 8-0 week. Anyways, I was requested to do this. I guess we can start covering these guys here, and I'm gonna need a little help here because again, I see one team with 10 games played, some with only 2, some with 4, some with 6.
I think so, like I said, because theirs isn't separated by divisions, right? We can
Right.
get the official layout from Booner after this. But going on the fly, looking at this, I think they have their schedule for the entire season, and then they have up until the allotted time to play those games. Just looking, like you said, at the differential, because I log in right now, I don't see any games that need to be synced for stats. Like
Yeah.
Kamish has been on this as well too. So just looking at it, I'm assuming that's how the European side is played.
I don't know, but we'll recap it. We'll take a look real quick. Um, a team I don't know how to pronounce. Do you know how to pronounce that?
Squirt.
know.
We're gonna butcher this together. Nope, that's a Finnish name. I just know it's Finnish.
Paka Aupaknu. Well, they're in first place. I feel like I'm being racist somehow by mispronouncing it like that. But they're in first place at 5-0-1 with 11 points. The Icemen coming in at second place with a 5-5 record with 10 points. Dynamo HC 4-0, 8
I love
points.
that they have the classic Ducks logo too.
I know that is dope. The Kraken coming in at 4-0. Steel City Panthers coming in at 3-1-0 for 6 points. Wildcat Esport 2 4-0 for 4 points. They have Wildcat Esport. You can have two teams. Trailblazers Ice Hockey Club 2-2-0 for 4 points. Eighth place is ERC 4 points, 2-2. And then we have the Old Hogs in ninth place for 4 points. The Roosters coming in at 1-0-1 for 3 points. Want to butcher that one, Squirtle, or was that Letland?
Yeah, I think that's actually super, super easy.
Letland at 1-3-0 for 2 points. Brothers in Gaming 1-1 for 2 points. And all these European names. Dave my hit. What? I don't know. But they have no wins in pretty much 1 point. And then Steel City Keikaku is 0-2 for no points. And then we got Wildcat Esport that has yet to play a game.
Yeah, I don't think they're a team, if I'm being honest.
Then why is there Wildcats Esport 2?
Uh, they could have just butchered it on the site.
I know that they sometimes have two plays. But there is the EU standings. We probably won't go over it like the NA things. We'll stats here as we are running a little long here, and we need to start wrapping things up. But I'll just put the stats on the screen so you guys can see them.
Yeah, 3 out of the 5 are all on the Icemen.
Oh,
So,
there
which
you go.
makes sense. They have the most games played. And then the Hillginen squad, they got 2. That's how I'm gonna just pronounce it, Hillginen.
And there's the goalie lead. Again, we don't really have anything to say because I haven't really been following the EU too much, but I am pleased to announce I may start covering some of their games. I'm doing that, covering some EU games. So while you people are at work, if you work during the afternoon, you guys can get some afternoon ITHL hockey. Check that out, huh? But there's the EU. Not sure if you have anything to say about it, Squirtle, but it's underway. It's
Go Sweden.
go. There's a Swedish team.
I don't know. Czech Republic though did win men's worlds today. That was crazy. There was a ton of upsets this year.
I haven't
Tons.
really watched the World Juniors that much.
Not World Juniors,
Oh,
you dink.
that tells you I'm tuned out of hockey. I'm done with hockey for as soon as the playoffs ended. That well for me, Canes and Bruins are out, so I'm done.
Yeah, no. Freaking US got clapped. Canada choked. It was a lot of upsets this year. But again, Czech Republic won. Switzerland came in second. Wait. Yeah. And then Sweden took third.
Anyways, that's gonna do it for this week's recap show. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, pretty much everyone out by now. But that's gonna do it. I'll try to get the VOD for this and the VOD for this week game of the week posted here soon. But Squirtle, any final words before we sign off?
by a goalie coach.
Anyways, peeps, we will see you all next week for week 4. Peace.